Hey, Dabo, it's Chapel at the State. With Mickens out for a little bit, especially this upcoming weekend, who are some young guys you think can step up into his spot, or how are you guys kind of planning to handle that absence?
Well, Barnes has obviously played a ton this year, and we feel really good about him. So he's gained a bunch of experience. He's played well for us. So, we got Barnes, we got Kylan, we got Koval. So we're fortunate that we've got some depth at that position that we feel good about.
Hey, Coach, it's David Hood. Any further word on Justin Maskell or kind of more of a game time deal?
Yeah, still kind of day to day getting better. So hopeful, but still day to day.
Deborah, this is Larry. It looks like there's not as much design runs and stuff with MJ compared to Armstrong. Do you see that as well? I just was curious for your.
He's just had a couple games there, but there's been plenty. I mean, they've run some draws and some things, and a lot of his runs have come off of scramble type stuff. But I'm sure with an open date we'll see plenty of probably some design quarterback run.
Dabo, no snaps for Jaden Lucas this weekend. Was that a coach's decision, injury? What went into that?
Yeah, injury.
Anything you can share on that?
No, just working through an injury right now.
David Hood again. Bill Clemson has won, I think it's 16 out of 18 in this series, but it seems like it's always a good game. It comes down to a kick. There have been blowouts along the way, but what kind of makes this Clemson-North Carolina State rivalry and game unique and always so tough?
Well, I think that goes way back, probably before my time for sure. I mean, it's the Textile Bowl. A lot of people forget that. This is actually one of those games where the winning team gets a trophy. Like it's the same trophy, but it travels. It either comes back to Clemson or it stays in Raleigh. So it's I think a game that's meant a lot to a lot of people for a long time, and again, as the Textile Bowl, if you will. So. And then listen, NC State is an outstanding program. They've always got good players. I mean, they're tough, they're physical. I think Dave and his staff, he's got excellent staff. They do a great job. So it's just it's a tough game, and then again, we get everybody's best shot. That's for sure. Clemson has been a great team in the ACC for ever since it was started as a league. So. As we've won the league more than any team, out there. So with that comes, everybody wants to beat you. That's just part of being at Clemson.
Dabo, Larry again. Denoff had 27 snaps. How do you think he held up against all the big heavy sets Saturday that came?
Yeah, he did fine. He's a guy that's still kind of growing into more minutes, if you will, but knows what to do. He's got some length. He's very conscientious. He's a tough kid, and as a redshirt sophomore, and certainly got some room for improvement. But we trust him.
Yeah, but Bo mentioned a lot of the players are keeping the 2021 game in mind. Just what do you remember from that game out there at State 2 years ago?
Oh, I remember, they made a couple of just unbelievable plays and found one more play than we did at double overtime. It was a tough loss for sure. Great win for them. They earned it, and again, we had opportunities, but they made one more play than we did. So I remember that, and it's a heck of a game.
Speaking of those defensive end spots, I was outside the tunnel, Saturday and saw Zaire Patterson, and he looks the part. What is it that that he needs to continue to do to kind of get on the field? Just kind of looking at him, you go wow, but obviously hadn't played.
Yeah, he's got to earn it. He's got to earn it. Everybody wants to play when the season rolls around, but you got to earn it. He's a good kid, but he just hadn't taken the next step for us yet. To where he's been able to beat those other guys out.
Dabo, Brett, from all Clemson Tigers. What did Mitchell Mays do during the bye week to get more snaps than Harris Sewell did this past week against Miami?
Just a guy that's played a lot of ball for us. I mean, he's been here. He's 4 years. He's started several games for us and has played well. Has not played as well the last couple of games, and then Harris went in and he had a couple of mistakes, and we just kind of went with the veteran guy there down the stretch in a tight ball game, and really neither one of them really played very well. So that's definitely a spot we gotta get back on track at that position for sure.
This is Larry again. Is 14 snaps enough for Adam Randall that he played against Miami?
Well, I mean, probably could get a few more, but we didn't have the ball in the second half, but about 5 minutes, So I think if we have the ball for more than 1:20 in the fourth quarter and 5.5, 6 minutes in the whole second half, he probably would have, had some snaps, but that was definitely limited everybody there.
Hey Dabo, this is Ross Martin with Clemson 247. I'm sure you've heard about the Michigan sign stealing scandal, kind of wrapping up college football. I was wondering your thoughts on that, and if sign stealing has ever been a concern of yours. That's something y'all try to protect against. I'm sure it happens in different ways all across college football, so I'm sure it's nothing new for many staffs. Just your general thoughts and how you protect against that, or your concerns with that for the last couple of years, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody, in game, it's always a part of whatever game you're in. I mean, everybody, you're always looking over at the other sideline. You're trying to figure out what personnel's in the game. And certainly if you figure something out in game, that's just always been, I think, a part of the game. It's hard to do. That's why everybody tries to protect. You got multiple signals. You got signs. You got different signalers. You got a lot of things that you do to try to not make it easy for the opponent to pick up on your blitz signal or your run signal or your protection, whatever it is. That's just kind of been that way forever and ever and ever in college football or any level of football. But the as far as all the other stuff, that's I've never that's a new one. Again, I don't know any specifics of any of that stuff, but you certainly can't have in-person scouting and videos and all that type of stuff.